What's up, friends? Okay, we're gonna just hit you with some deck lists, like fast and furious here. No need to waste too much of your time. Again, the patch hit today, and everybody is diving into some really fantastic cards that are out there and getting the job done. And they're all centered around, obviously, these 12 massive Bomba cards. And one that really caught my eye when it was revealed to me several weeks ago was Madochas Queen. And I figured, what can we do with Madochas Queen? We did some weird stuff with Ruin, but Ruin didn't really get things done the way we wanted it to. Nonetheless, I will say this. Madochas Queen is a pretty badass card, and I'm going to give you a list that I played and was quite successful with. Now, it does take a little bit of finesse. It does certainly take a little bit of, I don't want to say luck, but you got to get the cards you need to get in round one, and then pay the dividends later in terms of, and see, you'll reap the rewards, as it were. So let's run through it again. I'll give you the list. You guys can sort of tailor it the way you want, but there's some key elements to it. All right, number one, double Endrega eggs. Again, it's a 4/4, potentially 7 on the Death Wish. It doesn't really matter. You just needed some Death Wish units to slam in here in the 4 provision spot. This one just felt like the best. It's a 4-body. If it takes damage, you're getting 3 of those points back. Endrega Warrior. It's a double consume on deploy. It's pretty nifty, and you're going to have some stuff that wants to be consumed. You could put things side by side. We'll talk about this in just a bit. But again, a 4 provision consumable. I have double Arcaspore. Again, thinning play, Larry Boy in here doing the thing that he needs to do. We love seeing Arcaspore. I've got Red Haze. Yes, good old Red Haze. It's just a bomb because we're playing Madoc in this list. So it punishes players who put 2 fat boys next to each other. I do have double Dime Bomb. Again, a 4 provision bomb. You want to get the cheap bombs in here. Double Seleno Harpy. This is a really good consume card that kind of forces your opponent into removing this one. Otherwise, the next consume will spawn another Harpy egg on the bonded. So not that it's like, is this better than Bargus? Because Bargus can get a second consume as well. I like this one more recently because oftentimes Bargus doesn't necessarily get the second deploy off too commonly, and if you do find the second Seleno Harpy, you're spawning a Harpy egg, so you're getting a little bit of a bonus as well. Double Moondust, is it double? Either way, Purify and deal 4 damage. This can get through shields. Yeah, I've got double Moondust, so gets through shields. And defender status removes defender status, does damage as well, and then double Northern Wind to banish some nasty things. Maybe your opponent's playing Madoc and you want to do some nasty to the Madoc. Well, kill their Madoc as well. All right, now we get to the nitty-gritty. We're going to talk about the bread and butter and talk about some other stuff here, but frankly, it's Overwhelming Hunger with Haunt. Owneromancy and Royal Decree are here to fix your draws because you need a specific combo to pop this off, but Urn of Shadows is very, very much part of the deal. So what is the whole point of this? Well, frankly, the mission here is on turn 1, you want to be able to get Madoc out of your list, out of your deck. Thin him out, get him on the board. If he survives, you're off to the races. Now, how do you do that? Well, frankly, with Madoc on the board, you're going to play Madochas Queen. Madochas Queen is going to consume the Madoc. Seems a little awkward, right? Well, not really. So she's got you now have a Madoc in the toilet. You've got 1 in her belly. So Madochas Queen is now, you're floating 2 Madocs. Then you immediately use Urn of Shadows if you're on blue to connect with Madochas Queen. What's Urn of Shadows? Well, trigger a Death Wish ability of an allied unit. Hey, that doesn't mean bronze. It could be this. Now you have 3 Madocs. Phenomenal. Looks good, feels good. So now you have 3 Madocs because you basically have 1 in the belly, 1 in the graveyard, 1 on the board with Urn of Shadows. Hey, you want a 4th? Let's drop a Abaya onto the board. Trigger an allied unit's Death Wish ability. Doesn't have to be bronze. So you put Abaya onto the Madochas Queen. And then you have 4 Madocs. 2 on the board, 1 in the belly, and then 1 in the graveyard. Now, if you suspect that your opponent is pushing, or if you're way ahead, you might want to use your Overwhelming Hunger ability to immediately consume the Madochas Queen. Because if she goes to the graveyard, she's not giving you that 4th Madoc. And 4th Madoc is kind of what is going to give you a lot of room to breathe. Because in those other rounds, what you're doing is every bomb you're playing is coming with a 12-point premium on it. Because you're hitting Dimeridian Bomb for 4 damage, and then 4 Madocs will shoot out of your graveyard. And that is pretty damn cool. So what is the other alternative? Let's say you play the Madoc and it gets, let's say it gets amnestied. Well, you can always use your Madochas Queen on the Detlef Higher Vampire. Eat it, consume the Madochas Queen. Now you have 2 Detlefs next to each other, fresh. And then you could drop a Endrega Warrior to double consume for a 4-point plus 12-point play. There's so many ways that you can play against this. It's not necessarily a one-trick pony. It's like a 1.5-trick pony to a degree, because your Madochas Queen also counts as a consume if necessary. So you love to see this. Also, I mean, if we're talking about all the other little pieces to it, it's all control-oriented stuff. Parasite will help you out. If you're reading the play properly, Parasite can go ahead and kill something that you need, or it can just boost up your Barghest that comes out of your haunt to give it dominance, to get the additional consume. Karathi Heatwave, nothing left to say about Karathi Heatwaves. The amount of big boy plays that are out there, the amount of big crazy cards that are causing problems, Heatwave is going to be very important, because if your opponent plays in Madochas Queen, Heatwaving the Madochas Queen is going to be probably more value to you than Heatwaving a haunt off of that list. Other than that, obviously we have Royal Decree in here along with Onoromancy. These are going to fix your draws. You need to make sure that if you want to be successful in early round, you got to get that Madoc and you got to consume the Madoc and get some additional triggers on it. The 3-card combo here is typically Bomb, Queen, and Abaya. If you're on blue, then you'll have Urn of Shadows, but you need those 3 going. You have tons of bombs, so you're never going to really be hurting to find a bomb. But if you don't find a Madochas Queen and Abaya, you're going to have some trouble. Now, don't get me wrong. Abaya can work with other things. For instance, Maruna. It could work, with an Endrega egg or something. But the way you want Abaya to do to work with is she is basically the support card for your Madochas Queen. That is the #1 target for it. This deck does get out of control if it really works up to its potential in round 1, cloning the Madocs the way you want. You'll have 3 or 4 Madocs, and then it's off to the races. I promise you, friends, you are going to adore playing this list. Friends, if you like what you see, you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/WatchFlake, on Twitter as well, @WatchFlake. Please check out the Flake Miri podcast. It's on the Gwentfinity YouTube channel. It's also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all the other stuff. So, friends, I love you so much. Be kind to one another. Don't forget you're not losing if you're learning, so keep shuffling the cards and play. You might win. We'll catch you soon. Adios.